between 1911 and 1914. It took 300 hand-picked labourers 3 years to build. And Sir Henry recruited his friendly architect E.J. Lennox to help him build it. Rumour has it that E.J. Lennox agreed to design it for free, provided that he could use the leftover materials to build his own house. So Sir Henry was like, of course. And then E.J. Lennox built it just across the street from Castle Windermere. So it was up the hill as well, you can't see it. It's hidden by too many trees. But they went around Europe to get inspiration for the design of the castle. And they couldn't decide what they liked the best, so they simply included it all. So that's why you may have noticed that the carriage on the left was pretty different in design from the one on the right. These steps at the front are used in the film Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, if anyone's seen that. And the castle itself is Xavier's Academy for Mutant Children in X-Men. So it was built as a private residence. It's got 98 bedrooms, 30 bathrooms, just in case, 2 secret passageways, a library that can hold 100,000 books, an oven big enough to cook an ox, stables and potting sheds. Now sadly, Sir Henry and his wife did not get to live there for very long at all. The reason for that was financial. They ran out of money. I'll tell you a little bit about that in just a moment. But we are going over that very low bridge again, guys, so please stay seated. Keep your hands in your laps. Okay, we're good to go, Jordan. Had a monopoly on electricity. And they decided that that wasn't very fair. So they decided to expropriate it from this project. On the subway and out of there, leaving a date to wonder what's gone wrong. Don't worry though, there's plenty of places they could drown their sorrows in this neighbourhood. We passed by the Madison pub, it's just a block to our left. And that's the largest pub in Toronto, it's got a capacity of 2,000. But down to the right there's also plenty of places to go eating and drinking. It's also home to Koreatown, home to some amazing Korean barbecue. Near to the University of Toronto, plenty to do, and plenty of reasonably priced places to eat. Now, the brick building to the right of us, this is the University of Toronto School. It's a private high school. Parents will pay over $20,000 a year to send their kids here. 98% chance of getting into the university of their choice. And they've got 2 Nobel Prize winners amongst their alumni as well. So it's a pretty good school. Now, was anyone making the hop off at stop number 9? That's our next stop, the Bata Shoe Museum. Yep. Was that stop request? Yeah, okay, we do have some people hopping off here. Thank you, guys. An award-winning design, an architect called Raymond Moriyama. There you go, guys. Your stop. Thank you. Bye. As the name suggests, this is indeed a museum of shoes, founded by Sonia Bata. There you go, guys. You just take a seat as quickly as you're able to. Thank you. So Sonia Bata was a member of the Bata family, and they founded the Bata Shoe Empire, originally started in Rome in the Czech Republic. She used to travel around the world collecting shoes everywhere she went, and this museum comprises her personal collection. So she has quite a lot of shoes. The collection spans 5,000 years. And she's got things like Egyptian sandals, the slippers of a Persian prince, chestnut cushion from France, Justin Bieber's purple high tops. What? Any Justin Bieber fans on board? No? No? No, okay. They've got a sneaker exhibition on about the rise of sneaker culture, and they've got some gold Puma trainers. Very cool. Now our next stop is going to be stop number 10 for the Royal Ontario Museum. Would anybody like to hop off at stop number 10? Nobody from up top. Justin Bieber there. That famous Toronto pianist Glenn Gould. He graduated at the age of just 12, 6 years earlier than most people graduate. And other Canadian musicians like Diana Cole and Sarah McLachlan have also taken classes there. A replica of the St. Clair Batcave in Jamaica. An exhibition of birds in flight, that's pretty cool. A hands-on biodiversity exhibit. And the largest collection of Chinese architectural artifacts outside of mainland China. Pretty impressive. They've got a full-size Chinese gate, one of those gates that you see in front of a lot of Chinatowns. They're pretty amazing. Apparently put together without the use of any kind of screws or adhesive. They just slot together like a jigsaw puzzle. Pretty cool. Also notice the bicycle racks down here to our right. Bicycle racks in other areas of the city, for instance across the street, are just circular. But these ones outside the ROM are designed to look like artifacts in the museum. I think that's pretty cool. They've got like a hieroglyphic, a pharaoh, dinosaurs.
No, because I go.
They also have a great gem collection here as well. Of Ontario, so the provincial government sits there headed by the Premier, and our Premier is called Kathleen Wynne, the first female Premier in Ontario, and the first openly gay Premier in Canada. And this little chap at the front on the statue is Sir John A. Macdonald. He was our first Prime Minister. Just behind us now, actually get a good photograph of the building if you turn, because no buildings are allowed to build taller than it behind it. So it maintains that kind of postcard picture-like quality. Now we're in the Discovery District, into a great amount of medical and scientific research. It's also where you'll find a lot of hospitals. I'm going to give you a quick ping-pong tour of those. So just to the right we have Princess Margaret, home to some amazing cancer research. Across the street, Toronto General, where the first shot of insulin was ever administered. Developed by Frederick Banting and Charles Best. They were awarded a Nobel Prize, one of 12 that the University of Toronto affiliates itself with. And to the right of us, Mount Sinai Hospital, founded by Jewish doctors suffering persecution in the city. Home to the largest maternity ward in the city, and you can also be treated here in any one of 45 different languages, any time of day or night. Now across the street again you see the hospital for sick children, often known as sick kids. It is Pediatric Hospital, one of the best in the world. One of only 2 hospitals downtown that has a helipad on its roof. So you can be flown into hospital by helicopter. They're renowned for separating conjoined twins. They also performed the first in utero heart surgery in Canada. Pretty amazing. They performed heart surgery on a baby before it was born. Phenomenal stuff. They also partly can make sure that kids have as nice an experience as possible. So they show the first Canadian screenings of multiple Pixar films. Physical rehab, not a chemical rehab, guys. You won't see any sort of thing outside today. But we have an amazing show. You can see what we're doing. Any kind of surface on the you can practice with it. Anybody like to hop off at stop 11? Nobody hopping off from up top. Alright. So directly ahead of us, you can see a checkered building. That's not part of the outdoor area. If you look to the right of it, you'll see this blue that glass facade, that is part of the art gallery. So those are both part of the art gallery and both designed by Frank Gehry. Frank Gehry is a world-famous architect. He also designed the Guggenheim Museum in Bulgaria, Spain. And he designed the Walt Disney Concert Hall in Los Angeles. He was born in Ontario, but this is actually his first piece of work in Canada. His grandparents used to live around this neighborhood, so he spent a lot of time in this area as a child. The glass part of the AGO is known as the Galleria Italia, due to the contributions of Italian families towards its construction. It's actually supposed to look like an overturned canoe to depict the act of portage, where you put your canoe over your head and walk between two bodies of water across a stretch of land. Now, the AGO, the pretty good art gallery, they have the largest public collection of Henry Moore work anywhere in the world. Henry Moore is a sculptor, was a sculptor rather, and you can see one of his sculptures just ahead of the bus now. It's on that right-hand corner ahead. That one is called Two Large Forms. If you were to go right down this street, Dundas, you'd find yourselves in Chinatown, the largest of our Chinatowns. We've got a number of Chinatowns here in Toronto, but this one is our biggest, and it's the one most people mean when they say Chinatown. We do have a very large Chinese population here in Toronto. It is the second most widely spoken language in the city after English. That includes Cantonese and Mandarin as well. We also have a Koreatown, which I mentioned earlier. We also have a Greek town, a little Italy, a little Portugal, a little Norway, a little Poland, a little Ethiopia, a little India, a little Tibet. And many, many more. Nobody had been here.